Welcome, welcome. My name is Christy Bergonzi, and welcome to Finding Herself in Her 30s and 40s. This is a really special time for all of us in our lives because we have the opportunity to touch base with people that we wouldn't have been able to before. When I was growing up, I knew I wanted to expand my life, but I didn't know how or even why. But my soul always called to me, and I didn't have everything at my fingertips that we have today. So I went about my business, as we all do, by getting conditioned by the people, places, and things around us. And I started to lead a really good, normal life until I reached my mid-30s. I had figured out that, wow, I had checked all the boxes off. And I kind of feel like I want more. There has to be more to life than this. So I began my own personal transformation journey. It took over 2.5 years, and I am so grateful to say that I'm still in the process of my journey, and I hope to be for the rest of my life, of living over 100 years on this planet before I cross over into a different dimension. And I just want to be able to be there for the women that are in the place that I was. I knew I wanted more. I didn't know where to start. I didn't even know what the more meant, but I had this feeling in my soul, deep down inside. Whatever you feel aligned with, if it's your soul or your gut feeling or just your passion for life, or lack of passion for life. That's what my problem was. I had lack of passion. I had abundant life, but it doesn't mean anything. It didn't mean much to me without my feeling behind it. So that's what we're here to do today, is to get you started on your path. And I'm so excited because there's so much information out there that we are trying all these things that aren't working, and we get so frustrated. Ladies, I know the frustration. And I am here to be a myth buster for you, and also bring up some of the stuff that we have been trying that has not worked, and the reasons why they don't work. And it's okay. It's not your fault. This is a new thing for a lot of people, and we're all in this process together. Luckily, we started someplace, we figured out it's not really working. So what does work? So that's what we're going to be getting into today. And I am going to switch over to share my screen as we get started. And if you are on Zoom, please go ahead and mute yourself. Awesome. Okay, great. So here we go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome, welcome. I'm so happy and grateful that you are joining us today live. If you're live, give me a little shout out. If you are watching this on replay, please type in the chat #replay so I know where we're all at. And you will, if you did sign up for this, you will be getting the email replays as well, for you to be able to watch at your own leisure. So today we're going to be starting our first day of Finding Ourselves. And this is a program, a 30-day program to redefine yourself. It really is an energetic life lift, a way to start living a new way of life filled with magic. I know I used to think that sounded silly, but I actually love it now. It's true. We all have magic within us. We just have to tap into it. And we will be going over all of the myths, what we've tried that doesn't work. It's so frustrating. I'll tell you why it doesn't work and what we can do that will help us out. Today, we will be covering mindset. Tomorrow, We will be meeting again at 10 a.m. We will be covering energetics, the energy of our body. And Thursday, we will be tapping into our soul and going on an amazing journey. We will learn about soul codes, what yours is and what it means to you and why it's important. And then we'll go on a journey to connect back in with our soul, to collect some soul fragments to reincorporate into ourselves. So today, mindset magic, I was thinking about, what does that mean to me? And after all of my years of working with people in this industry, all of my amazing, beautiful clients, I came up with a definition that really resonates. And for me, mindset magic is, it's a mental dance. We cannot force our brain into something. If our brain has, and I say brain because our mind and our brain are separate. Our brain is our physical component that we work with. It's very computer-like. Our mind is elevated. That's where we do the dance. We can reprogram our brain, reprogramming our belief systems, our BS systems that we have created through using our mind, the mental dance, the elevated version of our brain. We are not our brain. We are not even our mind. That is a concept to wrap our heads around. So let's dance, right? It's also allowing the conscious whisper. Our intuition is a whisper. Everything is heard in the pause. If you are focused so strongly about what's going on around you, people, places, and things, and your mind going, we never can hear our conscious whisper. And our conscious whisper is usually the best guidance for us. We can only get that with our pause. And then it's also, this is key, and it's surrendering to receiving, especially us as women. We're not used to receiving. We don't even know how, even a compliment. Sometimes I notice, and I still do this. Someone compliments me, I shoot back a compliment at them. That's not receiving. That's not receiving. So surrender into receiving is crucial in the magic of creating a beautiful mindset for ourselves. So today we will learn, we'll go over what we have tried in the past that doesn't work and why. We know it doesn't work, so that's that, but why doesn't it work? And then we'll learn what does work. We'll also go into powerful insights about our mind. Keep in mind, our mind is separate from our brain. And all of that is separate from our inner essence and our soul. So we've got to create this beautiful dance. We will then go over the core element, which is the process of successful change. What is the core element to change? These are the components that are required and necessary in order to actually change. We're here because we want change. We want to find ourselves. Who the heck are we? If we don't know who we are, we maybe don't even know who we want to be, or maybe we have an idea. We're in the spot where we need a change. It's not even a want at this point. We need change. That's why you're here. And then at the end, we will go on to the simple secret. It's simple. It's that simple. And with that, we'll learn how to start implementing it into your life today. So we're going to do exercises, and then you'll have some homework. So we're going to get straight into it. So yeah, just a little bit about me. I talked about myself in the beginning. Quickly, my name is Christy Bergonzi. I am the CEO of Thrive Wellness by Christy, and I am the founder of the Soul Compass Codes. It's my 8-week VIP mastermind group program filled with extreme expansiveness to change your life, literally change your life in 8 weeks. We meet twice a week for 8 weeks straight. And this, how I have this 3-day workshop structured, the mental magic mindset stuff, and then energetic empowerment, and then soul activation is exactly what we do in the 8-week program. So if you're interested in that, just DM me, touch base with me later. I can give you all the info, and I'll put a link into that too. But I am a Reiki master, energy healer, and I've helped thousands of clients over 21 years of my experience, professional experience in this field. I am a certified transformation life coach. I am a soul activation practitioner. I love what I do so much. I am also a spiritual leader and a psychic intuitive medium. I've been doing that for 41 years because I am 41 years old. I love what I do, and I love the people that I work with. I am asking you, if one thing we keep in mind today, please do not fall in the trap of the I know that syndrome. Oh, I know that, so I'm not going to pay attention. Or I know that, so I can skip this part. Or maybe I know better. If we can please set aside the I know that syndrome, it really gets in our way and it allows our self-saboteurs to take over. So let's get into it. Why most affirmations don't work. We all heard affirmations work. They do, but we're only using them to not its full capacity. So here's where we're going wrong, ladies. If you are saying an affirmation and your heart isn't in it, your vibration is not going to shift. That's the law of vibration. If there is no change in your body, if your heart is not feeling it, your affirmation is not going to work. You are wasting your time. You cannot manifest change without the link of your mind and your body. If you say what will work, if you say an affirmation that you feel that can move you to tears, that will start your manifestation process. It is more effective to sit with one belief or idea, one affirmation that you write out for yourself that you feel so connected to, and sit with that for 2 straight minutes. That is way more useful than rambling off 20 affirmations every morning. We probably have memorized it. That doesn't work. I tried it. It makes me feel better in the moment, but I quickly forget and it doesn't land. I'm not sending off the vibration. That's why it's not working. It's simple. We could tweak it. Simple adjustment. Another reason why affirmations don't work is because our brain doesn't believe it. How many times have you said, another thing, people tell you, act like you are the millionaire. Let's use that as an example. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. My brain doesn't believe it. You are now going to think that you're not a millionaire because you are now fighting with yourself. If you are not believing the words you're saying because they currently aren't true, the easiest and best fix for that is to simply state, I am on my way to being a millionaire, and then feel how it feels as if you were a millionaire today. Using statements that your brain doesn't believe are going to have you focusing on the opposite. So another reason why our affirmations are not panning out. Tweaks, ladies, little tweaks. I like problem solving, let's make our lives better. These little tweaks work. The other thing with our affirmations, we get so excited about them. We tell people, we tell everyone. I used to walk around my house saying, I don't know, money comes to me with ease. because I'm trying to change my mental belief system about money. I used to hate charging because I love working with women and anybody to help better their lives. And so I was always not wanting to charge for my services, which was a disservice to my integrity and myself as an individual. So I really worked on that. But things I would say around the house, other people were hearing. And anytime, once you tell another person, or if someone hears it, you are now inviting a reaction. When we get reactions, we are now having to compete opposed to just manifesting, allowing, and receiving. I know we get excited and we want to tell everyone, but please try to avoid it. Start telling people when it's happening, ladies, because it will happen. Another thing that we are trying so hard to do, I even took a 7-week course on self-saboteurs a year ago. I learned a lot, but what I learned wasn't going to work because I was recognizing my saboteurs. There's a long list of saboteurs. I was able to pinpoint my saboteurs. Then what did I do? I would combat my saboteur. I'd go about my business. A saboteur would pop into my awareness. I'm just starting to have my self-awareness and my spiritual awakening and my soul growth and expansion. So now I'm very aware, which is sometimes a dangerous place, only because we're so aware of everything, right? So here comes saboteur number 1. I will combat you, saboteur. I will tell you why you're wrong and to go away. Guess what? The saboteur never goes away. The saboteur I've quieted for now. See what I mean? We've never actually dealt with the saboteur. We've just said, hey, I'm going to pretend you're not there, right? It's kind of silly, but that's how we've been taught to deal and work with our saboteur ways. It doesn't work. You can't combat the saboteur. Keeping in mind, your saboteurs are your first line of defense. So they're not bad egoic personas that we've acquired. They start to run the show, which ends up not being great, but they keep us safe from the hurt that would have felt from our caregivers. Doing more in-depth work with self-saboteurs. They are our first line of protection. We as babies, infants, toddlers, young children, young adults growing up have learned that we've learned ways to keep our emotions and our heart protected and safe. We don't ever want to think that the person, the caregivers, whoever they may have been, the people that are supposed to protect us are going to hurt us. Maybe not physically, but emotionally, maybe physically. We can't wrap our hearts and our brains and our minds and our souls around that. So we create a first line of protection, which is a saboteur to protect us from that hurt. So our saboteurs want to keep us in our comfort zone. Once they have us, wrangled in to our comfort zone, oh, so nice and safe. They will give you any illusion, trying to convince you that it's your right call to keep you there. Oh, I better not say that. Oh, I wish I would go back to get this certification or go to school to become this. Oh, no, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. Oh, I wish I did some self-care. I wish I could step out and try this new exciting thing that I want to do. But oh, you know what? My family needs me. That's keeping yourself small. You can't fight your saboteurs. You have to learn to love them, work with them, acknowledge that little child that created that saboteur, which all of this we go over in the 8-week program. But the point here is that just knowing your saboteurs is just only the first step, but then we've got to work with them. We can't just quiet them. It doesn't work. Okay, moving on to some more stuff that I've tried. I'm sure you tried too, that doesn't work. Why focus doesn't always work. Your brain does not understand a negative. I love to use this example. If you're going down a mountain and you want to stay on the path, you're learning how to ski. There is a clear path, and then there are trees. What do we not want to do? Go into the trees. Now, what are we thinking? Don't go in the trees. Don't go in the trees. Don't go in the trees. Where do we find ourselves? In the trees. Because our brain doesn't understand how to compute what a negative means. We have now introduced something into our awareness that we are focusing on. Whereas if we were to focus on the path, focus on the path, focus on the path, that is now what our awareness is going to see. Something that a lot of people think is that fear is bad. We only think this because it doesn't feel comfortable. Fear is good. Fear is so good. Without fear, there is absolutely no change. Okay, so now we come to avoiding all negative thoughts. That doesn't work because we're trying to avoid negative thoughts, right? Okay, so how do we combat this? What does work? I call it the ego eradicator. It's brilliant for any time before you do a meditation or right when you wake up, if you have things on your mind, before you go to bed. Clearing out your ego. Your ego is like a toddler. It wants to be heard, acknowledged, and then it will carry on. Have you seen a toddler throw a tantrum? And then if you acknowledge it, they connect with you. You connect with them. A few minutes later, 5 minutes later, it's like nothing ever happened, right? You're like a little shell-shocked, and it's gone. Ego eradicator, write down every single thing that is on your brain. I don't care if it sounds ridiculous. I don't care if it sounds negative. Write it down. What a relief after that. Then it's gone. You acknowledged it. It's gone. Free to carry on your day, do your meditation, do whatever. Okay, so this is really cool. Something that wrapping your head around is, it took me a little while because there's so much to this. Why your reality is not the same as others. We literally are living in the same reality, but we're all receiving the information differently. It is absolutely true. I used to think that we're all seeing the exact same thing. Why can't this person understand what's happening? They are literally seeing something different and understanding something different. It's called the RAS system. It's the reticular activating system. You don't need to know the formal term for it. But what it does is our brain it processes out 99.9% of your surroundings. It only delivers what it feels is the most important thing for your safety. And that is in line with your BS stories, your belief system stories. We have 2 billion bits of information in all of our different senses. At every given moment, but we can only process about 146. So think about that. We can only wrap our minds around less than 1% of everything that's actually going on. So what ends up happening is we become blissfully unaware of 99.9% of what's actually going on, because our urgency for survival is most important for us. So our system automatically removes from our perception and our reason, our rationale, and our actual judgment, available facts to us. When we're working in autopilot, we only see less than 1%. And it only tells us information and shows us information that aligns with our thought patterns, our belief systems, to reinforce it. So if we are not consciously aware of trying to reprogram our thoughts, you are literally going to see, feel, and experience the same exact thing every single day. It's the only thing, mind-blowing, right? Because that's literally all we are processing. That's all we can, because that's the only thing that's making sense to us, whether it's right or wrong. That's what our body understands. And we're always looking for evidence of what we believe to be true. I believe I have an amazing, expansive, positive life every single day, and I'm grateful for it. Guess what? I get to see that all day long, because I truly believe that. And then I see the evidence, because my brain is pulling out that less than 1% to show me that I'm right. We got to get out of autopilot so we can start recorrecting. So moving on to the core element. I love this. What is the core element? First thing to keep in mind is you are not your mind or your brain. You are not. We are separate. We are energy. I call it a soul. Call it your essence or whatever you feel, just energy. Something is guiding this ship, right? Our body. This is a bus. It's a computerized bus. But we are not that mind, that brain, that body. That body is really our subconscious. It's programmed. It doesn't come up with creativity and new ideas. It just does. So you are not your mind. You're not your brain. You are not your body. You're not even one with it. You work together. That's the magic. You work together. But your inner essence can control your mind, which then controls your brain, which then controls your body, and then your life. We can only do this when we're consciously thinking or being mindful. When you're in awareness and mindful, you are in control. We go about 95% of our day living in our subconscious, autopilot, routine. We do things so routine, I don't even think about driving my car anymore. It's as if my body is driving me to my child's school. I really don't have to think. I've programmed myself. We can unprogram ourselves. That's the beauty. This life is so amazing. The beauty is we get to make it what we want. Change. Let's change. Let's go get it. We don't know what it is. Let's start changing, and we will start learning what we do want. So within the core element, this is the positive change process. For any type of change in our life, the core elements are in these 4 phases. Phase 1 is we have an idea. We have a want, usually for change. We don't typically want this shirt. I have it. I can love it. I don't want it anymore because I have it. So I love it. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. An idea is something that has not yet happened yet. Everything starts with an idea. And the willingness is your work. So many people I know have amazing ideas or wants for their life, and they never act on it. Never, ever. The worst thing in life to do for me is to have a regret of, I wish I did something when I could have and I didn't. What can you do today? You don't want to regret. You don't want years down the road to have hoped that you made change because you're afraid, because it's the unknown, because people might judge you, because people might tell you no. When you decide it's time for change because you are done, you've had it up to here with what you have now that is not working for you, we then will inevitably move on to fear. Phase 2, brilliant phase. This is magnetism. This is passion. This is emotion. This is energy. Fear, the misconception that fear is bad is only an illusion because our body is out of our comfort zone. Fear is magic. Fear is passion. Fear is the same energy, that anxious energy, as excitement. Our brain and our saboteurs have just convinced us that it's no good. Why don't we tap into our mindset magic and feel that fear? Ooh, that's good. I know when I feel fearful these days, that's great. Change is just around the corner, if I allow it. We are the creators of our own reality. We are the creators of our own future. We are responsible for our own happiness, no one else. Get into the fear. Start feeling what it would feel like to look into yourself. Having the courage. Who do you want to be? Do you even know who you are anymore? You've had decades to know who you are. And we as women worry about our to-do list and other people more than ourselves. Let's find who we are. Let's step into that fear, that passion, that excitement, and then becomes the learning stage. We're creating new baselines. We learn, we absorb, we take in, we start to shake up our autopilot. Our autopilot does not know what we're doing in this learning stage. It's trying to keep up with us. This is a wonderful stage. All of them are, because in the learning stage, we are, without knowing it, well, you will know it now, the learning stages where we're actively reprogramming our autopilot system. With that, we land in stage 4, the growth. We've created a new baseline. If we think if we're doing this core element positive change process and we're successful with it, try it. Try it, please. If we do this and we're successful with it and we don't feel like we're growing, it's because you've created a new baseline. Congratulations. You are moving forward in a positive way. So try this process, just feel into it, and give yourself credit to taking yourself back to, where was my baseline before I started this? Oh, wow. Yeah. I have grown. I have moved on. I am moving forward. But sometimes for someone, it's as simple as just making a decision to choose yourself for once in your entire life as an adult. Taking the time for you. That is huge growth. The simple secret. So the secret is, this is how to live your life with clarity and intention. I don't want to live my life on autopilot. I want clarity and intention. It's simple. It's so simple. That's why it's a secret. It's simple. When you have clarity and intention, you're moving forward on the path. You're not getting stuck in the weeds. So keep it simple process. The first phase is, there's 3 phases to this. The simple process is, phase 1 is focus. When we're focusing each day, this we will get into an exercise after this, but this is what I do want you to do today. These 3 things: focus, thoughts, and integrity. So focus. If you think about, you're focusing on a red car, for an example. Think about it now. I guarantee you, later on today, you will start seeing a bunch of red cars. Amongst all the gray and white and black cars, most are those colors, you'll start seeing red cars. It's an analogy for your life. When you start thinking about positive pleasantries with other people, energy, a good energy, when you focus on you being pleasant to another, them being pleasant to you, that's what's going to happen. Your focus. You are now shifting focus. When we do that, we are unstoppable. I love this example too. Driving alongside a negative person, or just being around negative people in general. It's as if you're, okay, so now we're in a red car, right? We are in our red car. Using this as an example of someone negative in your life who's just slinging things at you, whether it be verbally, physically, emotionally, or mentally or spiritually, whatever it is, someone bothers you. They these energy vampires, you get around them, they suck everything out of you, or they want so much from you. As women, we tend to have these globbers, right? Or maybe it's your husband, I don't know, or your wife or whoever. Maybe it's your kids. When you are allowing your focus to maintain on them, they can shoot a rock, a pebble, directly from their car. You're on the freeway. They can hit you every single time because you're focused on them instead of moving forward. They're able to hit you every single time. Every single time. Now you start to focus, moving faster forward. Now you speed up. Now they're back here, right? So they are always going to do what they're doing, whether it's to you or someone else. People don't change unless they want to change. You will never change someone else. You can only change yourself. And guess what? Here's the trick. You start focusing on where you're going, their rock is not going to hit you as easily, right? Because they're not in your focus or awareness anymore. And then you start to lift up as if you're an airplane. You can see them back there, but now you're just seeing kind of maybe what they're doing to other people, because they're not going to change. You see it, but it's not affecting you. And then you go into the clouds. Your focus is so high up, moving forward. They can't even see you. You begin to repel people that are on negative, lower, yucky, poor me, victim mode mentality. When you're not there, we're going back to that awareness part. We can't even see it. It doesn't resonate with us. So focus today on something positive. Stop focusing on the negative. The other things, your thoughts. We have over 100,000 thoughts a day. And every 7 seconds, one thought attaches to the next thought. So what does that mean for us? What are we thinking about? Right? Let's change it. If we're thinking about something negative, we're going to keep attaching it to it. So reframe it. Reframe it in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Keep an eye on your thoughts today. Focus. Keep an eye on your self thoughts. And integrity is huge. Have boundaries today. When you don't have boundaries, you self-abandon. And what that means is you're choosing someone else over yourself. This is not a selfish thing. Actually having boundaries make people respect you more. They listen to you more. You don't self-abandon yourself, so you trust yourself more because you know you're going to take care of yourself. When you self-abandon and put someone else, self-abandonment is just putting someone out over yourself. You're choosing their well-being over your well-being. You're trying to make them happy opposed to making you feel okay. 3 things to focus on today: focus, thoughts, and integrity. Love yourself enough to give yourself boundaries with people. Okay, so today, let's see, here we go. Okay, here, so let's do a little exercise. Grab your pen and paper that hopefully you brought. If you haven't, that's okay. We're gonna practice. 1, focus. A way to bring our focus back to what we don't want is to what we would ideally love. So close your eyes or start to write down your $1 billion day. What does your $1 billion day look like? And I say billion because I don't want you to hold back. Multi-billion-dollar day. Not holding back. What does it look like? Write it down. Give yourself something to focus on. What do you have for breakfast? Where do you go? You can do anything. This is not a work day. Maybe you want to go to work. I love work because I don't consider it work. I love what I do. So that would absolutely go into my $1 billion day. What else? Think about it. I know isn't this crazy how it's kind of tough? Give yourself a few more minutes. Okay, now let's check into our thoughts. Write down 3 things that you thought about today. I'll give you a minute. 3 things. Don't try to figure out where I'm going with this. Just write down 3 things that you genuinely thought about today, good or bad. Okay, we got them? Now, write down, is this thought real? Like, is this actually happening? Or did I make up whatever I determined from this thought? What did I make that thought mean? Right? And did I make that up? Write it down. Look at each one. Is this actually real? Is this actually happening? Or am I making this up? Okay. Right? So now we're starting to see what our thoughts are like. Are they helping us? Or are they hurting us? Self-awareness, ladies. But I love it so much. Changed my life. Changed my life. Okay, phase 3. Our practice here is make a list of how you can honor yourself more. What do you not do that you should? I don't like to use the word should. What do you not do for yourself that you would love to do? What would you love to do? How can you honor yourself today? Write 3 things down. It could be as simple as having 5 minutes for yourself. Now, write down 3 things that you should do. 3 things you should do, whether it be today or this week. Write down and actually use the word should. I should do this today. 3 things, or this week. I'll give you a minute. Okay, now write down, I could if I wanted to behind each of these I should statements. I could if I really wanted to. Okay. So now you have, take out the should. Now you have what you thought you were supposed to be doing or you should be doing. Now you have that statement. I could if I really wanted to. Now ask yourself, is that a hell yes, I want to do that? Or hell yes? Or is it a sacred no? Really be honest with yourself. Where are you at? It's something so beautiful to see what's going on in your life. And I really encourage you to honor your sacred no. Honor your sacred no. Have boundaries. You are so worth your time to just be giving it away to people that don't appreciate it. Value your time, your effort, your energy. It is worth $1 billion. You are priceless. You are priceless. Imagine yourself being a piece of gold. That's how valuable you are. So your homework is to practice these things today. I will put up a little homework sheet in our group and continue writing down your $1 billion day. I also want you to stop living in your autopilot today. This is another thing to do. Try new and different. Try new and different today. Live in the moment and break old molds. Okay. So if you put your shoes on a certain way, do it a different way. If you, whatever you do, just do it different. If you drive to work a certain way or drive home a certain way, go the opposite way. Whatever you do it different today. You're going to start to see that you live your life doing things you don't even really want to do, and it's maybe not even the most effective. Okay, let's escape out of here. Okay, ladies, let's go back to, I'm going to just check. We're going to do a few minutes of mindful meditation to get you out of your mind. And this will be something that you can practice on a regular basis. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lara. Perfect. It's so nice to see that you're here and everyone else that is joining us. So go ahead and get yourself, this is a time, a few minutes, we'll do about 3 minutes of quiet connecting back in with breath. So important for mindset magic because we want to get ourselves back in the moment. When we're not living in the moment, we begin to live on autopilot. And that's when we start finding that not happy, right? So go ahead and get yourself comfortable. I'm gonna screen share some music for us as we close out together. Okay. Getting yourself in a comfortable position. Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes. All right. Thank you for your patience. Okay, go ahead and just start to breathe normally. You might want to put your hand on your chest or your belly. Or having your palms facing up to receive lifted energy. Or your palms facing down to get rooted and grounded. As we do this, start to take a deep breath in for 4. You reach the top, pause for a second, and exhale out in a count of 8. In for 4. Out for 8. Focus your attention on your breath. And the sensation in your body. As you feel your physical body beginning to get heavy. You focus on your breath. Connecting in, feeling it go up your throat. Feel that energy reaching the top of your head. And as you release out, Feel your stomach relaxing. All through the power of breath. Put your fingertips together, rubbing them together. Like this. Feel that your energy is in this physical body. Led by your breath. Now we're going to switch into an ongoing breath. This is an exercise you can do at any time of day. Connect you in with your inhale and your exhale. With your mouth open, you're breathing in and out. In and out as it becomes one. Your inhale and your exhale becomes a beautiful circle of energy, rebalancing your entire mental system, bringing you back into the present moment of life. This in and out connection breath is not forced, very gentle. Now taking one last big deep breath in, inviting and allowing your energetic body to settle back down into your physical. You begin to open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Welcoming yourself back in, touching your face. We're in reality. Here we are, right? Now we can live in the present moment, which is key for mindset magic. Stay tuned tomorrow. Right here, we'll go on to day 2, which is energetic empowerment. It's how to learn what misconceptions of working with energy, what you might have tried in the past that doesn't work, the reasons why it doesn't work, and what does work, and how you can make it work for yourself. Even if you're not an energy healer, we all have the life force energy within us, and we will learn how to start using it to our benefit tomorrow. And again, if you are interested in May, my 8-week mastermind group VIP program starts. I'm so excited. It's called Soul Compass Codes, where we dive deeper into all of this. Just DM me or pull me aside and I will get you all of that information. And until I see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. right here, please remember to take all of you with you. No matter where you go today, you are important and you are on purpose. We need you here. Keep being yourself. Have a wonderful day, ladies. I will see you tomorrow.